Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to start by saying, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahushai, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahushai, Brak Yahweh, Brak Yahushai, Kahalamla Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, and also the honor to the apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders. Elders are great millstone who rule well, and also shalom to sincere Akim they pushing truth in the name of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakodash. All right, just like it. Forgive me for that. And I'm back again with a quick lesson. And this lesson is going into this 12 months plot behind Colorado blowtorch terror attack. Okay, and before I go ahead with this video, I want to get a few precepts and then play the video. All right. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And the AMP says to keep Satan from taking advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his schemes. Okay, so what's going on here with this video I'm about to play? You're gonna see that it's to do with those Garrets, okay, that whole these laws that were, that used to be passed worldwide, okay, and anything you say about them, all right, there will be penalty, okay, there will be consequences. And Esau has been pushing these laws over in Australia, America, you name it, countries that have passed them already, so it seems like right now Esau is trying to put that whole thing, okay, on a high scale, to where punishments is going to be carried out. And the reason why they're doing now is because they're ready to come against the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because when you go into the whole doctrine and it's like the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, or should I say the Bible, okay, is against them small heart. So Esau's gonna try to protect them, okay, to where if you say anything against them, you're gonna be persecuted, and also for us giving the testimony of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, all right, we're not gonna back down, okay. We're not gonna back down from exposing who they are, okay, and what their judgment is, all right. That's not gonna be put on side. It's gonna be always spoken on. But Esau's gonna come and try, push false narrative here and there towards us, which is okay. But he's, the way he's doing right now is by it's passing them law. It's like is him like coming against anybody, all right, who's if you're pro Palestine, Esau has you now, but as his enemy. So every little thing or so-called terror attack that has been taking place is usually, okay, they're trying to say these people are pro-Palestine, they're screaming free, free Palestine, this and this and that. So, that's what Esau is pushing right now, all right? But eventually that's going to die out, and they're going to move to the prophets, okay? So let's go here and get another quick precept. Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 20. For the terrible one is brought to naught, which is Esau, and the scorner is consumed. That's you 2/3 of our people scoffing over there in the land of America, and whatever you being scattered, you are fucking scorners, man. And all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Eventually, you're gonna be taken out. Yahweh Shem Shai is gonna take you out, starting with Esau, you scoffers, you scorners. Okay, you're gonna be taken out, man. Okay. Verse 21 is the key point. Thou make a man an offender for a word. So that's going to happen. Okay, Esau's going to make us an offender for the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. For us bringing out the truth. Okay, because the truth eventually is going to be cutting Esau, to the heart within days to come. They're going to have to televise the truth, and the truth is going to be brought out. It's a lot of people gonna start what. A lot of people are going to start talking about the Hebrew Israel real soon, man. And Esau's gonna give them that green card to do so, or that green that gold, that green light to go ahead and to do so. But what's gonna happen is them thinking the demonizing truth is going to be is going to be for the truth's sake, to where more people are going to wake up, to more Esau is going to be exposed, man, because everything is all done. It's like everything is done according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. No Esau's will, okay? So that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reprove in the gate. So Esau has laid snares right now for the brothers in some of the apostles, the bishops, the elders, the rest of us brothers in his truth, okay, pushing his truth on how and Bowers, uploading videos on YouTube daily, man. Okay, Esau down laying snares up by him, bringing those laws in, man, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught, okay. And then Isaiah 10:1, it says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, that wrought grievousness which they have prescribed." In the AMP, war judgment is coming to those judges who issue evil statutes, man. And all these evil, it's like all these statutes or laws that Esau has passed, okay, they're all coming against the truth, and they're evil. They're not fair, man. Those laws are not fair, okay? Those are the snares that Esau has laid down. It says, and those magistrates who consistently record and unjust and oppressive decisions. You see, the truth should be out freely, man, and given, but Esau is gonna paint the truth as something evil, man. Isaiah 59 and verse 15, yeah, truth felleth. The truth of Yahweh Hashem felleth here, man. Is hated, okay? And he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. So when you repent, you come to the true knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you become an enemy to these devils, even to the heathens when you're being scattered, even to your own people, you become a prey, and you finna see it. The apostles being saying, man, hey, you don't know what you got yourself into, eventually you better see what what that meaning of saying really means, man, okay? When Esau comes down with that great wrath, man, you're gonna finally understand what that what that saying really meant. And it pleases it pleases him that there was no judgment. There ain't no judgment here going forth. Okay, the judgments that Esau push forward are all fucking wicked. Okay, are all in favor for him. You see. So let's come here. I'll come back here and play the video real quick, and then I'll get a few more precepts to show you. But before I go ahead, it says, let me read this here on ABC News. It says, the man suspect of carrying out an act of terrorism during pro-Israel demonstration in Boulder, Colorado, is in the United States. Is in the United States illegally, according to the Department of Homeland Security. 6 of the 8 have since been released from hospitals. Sources briefed on the situation told ABC News on Monday. Two victims remain in a critical condition but are expected to survive. The suspect entered the USA in August 2022 on a B2 visa filed by Suleiman in September 2022, according to DHS. By his B visa, which typically a tourism visa, expired in February 2023. The suspect was granted a work permit after his B2 visa was expired. A senior official told ABC News that work permit expired March 28, so he has been in the country illegally since then, the official said. They're trying to say, he was an illegal immigrant from this country, this and this. And that's another, this goes away with the agenda of Donald Trump. Okay, this is a great, agenda to push us for Trump to even, get rid of our illegal immigrants out of our country of United States of America, man. All right, I seen of lately there was a post that was posted on I think I want to say it was Donald Trump. His Instagram or his son's Instagram, and the post was it was a photo with about 10 or 15 airplanes flying, taking off, should I say? And it says time to start deporting on social media, man. I want to say it was Donald Trump. Okay, I can't go on my Instagram right now and get it because, I'm trying to, don't want my shit to be out there like that, man. I should have got it. But, what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot it and upload it on my YouTube, on my YouTube community post. All right. So let's go ahead and play this video right here, and I'll give a few more precepts, and hopefully it's going to be edifying.
Shows the moment terror came to Colorado. A man filmed throwing a firebomb at a peaceful group of pro-Israel supporters, hurling Molotov cocktails and using a weed sprayer filled with petrol as a makeshift flamethrower, setting people on fire.
Any doctor here? Please bring water.
A senseless, unjustified, and horrific mass attack.
And another reason why I read 2 Corinthians 2:11 is this right here. It could be, it could be a whole acting, man. I'm just keeping real, okay?
12
for Esau to go forth with his agenda,
people were injured, including an 88-year-old Holocaust survivor.
A big flame as high as a tree, and all I saw was someone on fire.
45-year-old Egyptian national Mohammed Sabri Solomon fronted court today, facing hate crime and 6.
It's always, it's always Arabs. It's never any other, maybe it's either Arabs or the northern tribes.
16 attempted murder charges, telling authorities he'd been planning the attack for a year.
He acted because he hated what he called the Zionist group.
Revealing he resorted to Molotov cocktails after he was blocked from buying a gun because he's in the US illegally. His visa has expired. Donald Trump posting, "This is yet another example of why we must keep our borders secure and deport."
See, I knew it. I didn't even know Trump even responded back to it. But see, this is yet another example of why we must keep our borders secure and deport illegal anti-American radicals from my homeland. I also remember when brothers say, man, brothers are going to be, we're talking about brothers within this truth, this knowledge. Hey, brothers going to get, probably deported from America. Not deported, but, taken away from America and be taken to those, what's that one country, man? Help me out. Yeah, what's that country, man? It's not Venezuela. Damn, I forget the name of the country. If you brothers remember, please post it under this video. But take them away from America and take them to that one country, man. I forget the name of it.
Illegal anti-American radicals from our homeland. Police say Solomon threw 2 Molotov cocktails, but he'd stashed 16 more nearby.
He was yelling and he was screaming at everybody.
He said he wanted them all to die. He had no regret.
You see that? That's Esau is ready to come against us, man. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. You see, Esau is ready to come against the men of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, because you know what the message is about. You know the truth. You know how it goes. You know how Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua feels about Amalek. Okay? You know that. And we're not going to buy behind it. No, we're going to keep it real, keep it straight, as the Bible says. Okay?
And he would go back and do it again.
He doesn't even look Egyptian. He looks like one of the northern tribes.
In the United States, Rob Scott, 7 News.
So there you have it, right? So let me get another preset right here. Ephesians 5. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 15. See then that you work circumspectly, and not as fools but as wise. And especially in these times we're living in, man. Okay, we gotta be circumspect. All right, not as fools but as wise. Okay, using wisdom, man. Redeeming the time, because the days are evil, and we're coming into some evil times to where Esau's gonna try to get you. Okay, acting crazy, acting stupid, and boom, you're the target now, Letting him come at you for, preaching the truth, man. Which I'm going to get that preacher right now. Since I mentioned, let me get it. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse In verse 14, it says, but if you be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye. Right, so let that be something you get reproached for the truth, for the name of Yahweh Hamashiach. Happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High resteth upon you. Suffer for the truth's sake, man. And on their part, he is evil spoken of. Eventually, how about Shem is going to be evil spoken of by these goddamn heathens. Our own, Esau, the heathens, and 2/3. But on your part, he is glorified, you see. But let none of you suffer as murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in another man's matter. And then it says, make sure, verse 15, make sure that none of you suffer as a murderer, right? Don't suffer as a murderer, or a thief, stealing, any sort of criminal, you see. Though that's why we always say, like, hey, can't get the ministry blame. Okay, be a citizen, live a citizen life within this goddamn society, man. Okay, be a regular person. In response to persecution, or as a troublesome, murderer interfering in the affairs of others. Verse 16, if any man suffer as Hamashiach, let him be not ashamed, but let him glorify Yahweh Hashem Yashah on his behalf. In the AMP, but if anyone suffers ill treatment, right, which is, we're gonna suffer that as a Christian, which a true believer or Hamashiach anointed because of his belief, right, he is not to be ashamed. You can't be ashamed of you suffering for believing in the truth and be about it. No. Okay, because of his belief, he is not to be ashamed, but is to glorify Yahweh Hashem Yashah, because he considered he's considered worthy to suffer in his name. Get it? Let me see if I find any here. In the Matthew 5:11, it says, blessed are you when all men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all men of evil against you falsely for my sake. And that's what Esau's going to do. Okay, Esau is the accuser, man, and he's gonna do that. False accusation is gonna be it's gonna all come out, say this what you are, this what you do. But are we really like that? Fuck no, we ain't. You see. 1 Peter 2:20. For woe glory is it, if when you be buffeted for your faults, you should take it patiently, right? You should take second. You should take patiently, but if when you do well and suffer for it, you take patiently, this is acceptable with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Let me do this in the AMP. It says, after all, what kind of credit is there if when you do wrong and are punished for it, you endure patient, right? But if when you do what is right and patiently bear undeserved suffering, this finds favor with Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. For as a believer, you have been called for his purpose, okay? Since Yahushua suffered for you, leave you an example so that you might follow his footsteps. You see? That's what you want to be. All right? Then he goes into how Yahushua, who did not sin, neither was God found in his mouth, and still you will see what happened to him. And that's how we ought to be, man. Remember when you read Revelation chapter 14, right? There was no God fighting, into the 144,000 man his mouth, So yeah, man, it's gonna have to be like that, okay, to defeat this damn demon. All right, so come back Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Heavenly Father Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is. You see, we know what the will of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua is. We're gonna have to suffer for the truth's sake, for something that we have no committed, and down here on earth that Esau's gonna say that we did, we doing and did all false accusation, which is okay, But we have to understand that this happened to Yahushua, so it's also gonna happen to who? It's gonna happen to us, man. Okay. Oh, let me get another one. 1 Peter 5:8. 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 8. Be sober. We're supposed to be sober. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as rolling lion, walk about seeking whom he might devour, man. Okay. So we gotta be manually sober. Be vigilant. Okay. Be in our well-balanced self-discipline. Okay. Because our adversary, the devil, which is Esau, as rolling lion, walk about seeking whom he might devour. You know, he's trying to catch you up in some shit. Set you up and catch you up in some shit so you can point fingers, man. The false accuser, okay? You know, so, hey, man, you know, it's time to really take heed from the apostles, man. Literally, man. You know? Stop doing your own shit and listen up, man. All right? Ephesians 6:11. Put the whole armor of Yahweh B'Hashem Yeshua, which is this truth right here, this wisdom of Yahweh B'Hashem Yeshua, that he might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, the trickery, all that, okay? To stand against it, man. All right? You're gonna need it. You're gonna need this truth right here, man, to overcome this devil. All right, and I think I think, you know, I'm gonna just keep it right there. I don't want to make this too long, man. You know, just keep watching, man. Okay, you know what? Last one is this. Watch. Luke chapter 21 verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye might be counted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. Exactly. So we gotta watch, okay, always, and praying as well. Okay, that we might be we might be counted worthy to escape all the trickeries of Esau. Okay, that he's gonna bring forth. Okay, all them snares he got set up, man. You know. Because Esau he does not fucking play fair. This is his kingdom. He got all power to do whatever he wants to do. But guess what? At the end of the day, Yahweh B'Hashem Shah controls him. So the elect are not gonna be, falsely accused and be put to death. You know, for doing evil. No, you know, you do have the elect who's gonna die for the truth's sake. Okay. And for not taking MOTB, those martyrs, that's about it. But ain't no elect of Yahweh Shem Shai is going to suffer over evil doing here, man. So fuck Esau. He's going to try and try, you know, because the snares are already laid down. And we know them snares is full of shit. You know, those snares he laid down, they're all full of shit, you know. So with that, man, you know, hopefully this was edifying. I say shalom.